she kind of did the epic troll world record attempt. She's a DSD athlete. She is banned from competing in the 400 meters up to the mile, which is 1,609 meters. So
Yeah.
naturally, she ran a 2,000, which is just 392 meters longer than what she's not allowed to run according to the quote science. And she destroyed the world record.
Yeah.
And watching the race, I was actually kind of surprised because she wasn't guaranteed to win it. So she goes out in 420, and
Mm-hmm.
with the lap to go, going up on the backstretch, I should have remembered who this athlete was. Do you have the name of the athlete who was in second?
It wasn't a.
You can look.
It was Gebra Hizabir, wasn't it? Of
Yeah, Gebra
Ethiopia, the woman who
Hizabir.
got. Yeah, she got fourth in the Olympics.
Yeah. So she is on her tail in the backstretch in the final lap. They just went a 420 mile
Yeah.
and attempts to pass Francine on that backstretch. And then
Yeah.
Francine's like, oh shit, makes another acceleration. Still on her tail, but then at the 200 meter mark, with 200 meters to go, then the separation happens and
Yeah.
Francine kind of pulls away and she closes in 61 seconds. So she runs a 420 mile and then a 61 fifth lap. We don't really see 2Ks that often. So the
No.
impressiveness of a 2K record is kind of really, you don't know, right?
Yeah.
But how many women in the past 3 years, so assuming women in their prime now and women who are in the prime all the way back to like 2019,
Mm-hmm.
could do what Francine did, run a 420 mile and then run a 61 fifth lap?
Two others, Hassan and Faith Kipyegon. That's it. Now, Dababa had run a 5:23 indoors, which is actually faster than the outdoor world record. But in the past couple of years, I would leave her off that list. I don't think she could have done it in the past couple of years. But yeah, it's a very short list. It's hard to conceptualize these off distances, but when you say it like that, or when you say, hey, she went through 1,500 in 4:03 and then ran 500 more meters, you kind of get a grasp on how good it is.
Yeah. 1,500 plus 500 is a lot harder to grasp than I think a mile plus one lap. But
Well, I'm just using a 1,500 meter time, but closing, as you said, going through in 420 and then closing in 61. I'm looking up right now. Dababa in 2017 ran the 5:23 indoors. So I don't know if you want to quibble with last 4 years, maybe you'd add her into that list, but that would require her to go a couple seconds faster outdoors. I think she's in elite company next year, and I think she's not going to get to run this race at a championship because it doesn't exist. You've circled that women's 3,000 at World Indoors as one of your must-watch races of 2020. That'll be fun, especially if Hassan is in it. Maybe even Kipyegon moves up a little bit in distance. Laura Mir, that could be really good. But where we're going to see them is in the 5,000, which is more onto Hassan's turf. But we've seen Niyonsaba run 14:20 now, so I don't think there's any distance out there that she's not going to be competitive in. She's got the range all the way from 8 up to 10K. So it was interesting too. You said it was the troll attempt, right? Because you have the regulations 1609, and then you go up to the next available record to break it. They also said, which was surprising, Zagreb had never had a world record before because they've had some pretty big time meets, big time competitors at that meet. So they achieved that goal too. They got the world record, and then Niyonsaba got a world record as well too.
yeah, I think Niyonsaba's, I mean, now that she has a 2K world record, she's probably just going to slowly go for world records on the way up, right? So as the 2 mile, because she's close to the 2 mile world record. She's second fastest all time. And if
Yeah.
you're there, you can eye the 3K world record. So it's just going to work, get the 2K, 3K, 2 mile, maybe throw in a 4K, and then go for the 5K and just have every
Well,
K between, 2 and 5.
and then if you do indoor and out, you can really make a living at those distances between a
Yeah.
mile and a 2 mile indoors. There's a lot of there's a lot of
She found a flaw
opportunities
in the
there.
system,
Yeah,
a flaw in
exactly.
the
It's
rule.
right. Yeah, exactly. Just keep exploiting those off distances in that range. Even like I said, even 3K indoors, I think she's gonna tear it up there.